Hello everyone, Carson here back on Sudoku on New York Times. Today is March 21st, 2024. Let's start today's hard Sudoku. Okay, so these 6 is points right, and this cell also sees 6, so in block 3, the digit 6 goes into one of these two cells. This 6 points down, that forces the digit 6 in block 5 to go in column 4. And then these 6's point down, this cell also sees 6, so in block 8, the digit 6 is forced into this cell. We got these 6's forcing the 6 into one of these two cells in block 4, and these 6's points right, the cell sees 6, so in block 9, the digit 6 goes into one of these two cells. This one also points down in, the digit 1 in column 6 also points down, so that joins up with the 6 to form a 1-6 pair in block 5. Because in block 5, both 1 and 6 are still missing, and only these two cells do not see 1 and 6. So these are reserved for both 1 and 6, form a 1-6 pair, meaning the other two cells form another pair, but this cell sees 3. So 3 goes into the other open cell, making this a 5. These 5's force the digit 5 into this cell in block 6, and these 5's point left. These 3's points left, the cell sees another 3. Okay, this 3 points down and this 3 points left. So does the 5's. So it follows the same pattern for the 3. 3 and 5 in column 6 point down, 3 and 5 in row 9 points left. And in block 8, there are only 2 open cells available for both 3 and 5. So these two cells form a 3-5 pair and eliminate all other digits, even though they're possible, to go in these two cells. Alright, so this 3-5 pair now forces the digit 2 to go into row 9 in block 8, because now these 3 cells see 2, and the digit 2 can't go in the 3-5 pair. Okay, well, I was just looking at row 9 now. In row 9, 2, 4, 7, 8, and 9 are the digits that go into these open cells. This cell sees the 2 from block 8. It also sees 7, 8, and 9. So actually, the only digit that this cell does not see is 4. So the digit 4 has to go in this cell, because it literally cannot contain any other digit. So this must be a 4. Otherwise, it would be empty. So we don't want that. We've placed the 4 in this cell, and then in block 8, the digit 4 is forced into this cell. Okay, I noticed that after I place this 4, this cell sees both 8 and 9. So in block 8, both digits 8 and 9 must go down into row 9. So 8's go here, because this cell sees 8, this cell sees 9, so the 9 goes into one of these two cells. And now, this cell sees both 8 and 9 from the same row in block 8. So this cell actually cannot contain 8 or 9. It must be, it actually cannot be 2 as well. It cannot be 2. So this actually is forced to be a 7. So is this cell, because this cell also sees 2, 8, 9. So down here, these 3 cells form a 2, 8, 9 triple. 2, 8, 9 triple. So that makes these two cells 7. In column 6, the 2 open cells are for 8 and 9. This cell sees an 8, so this must be a 9, which points down and completes row 9. Okay, 8 and 9 in row 7, they point right. So in block 9, these 3 cells form a 6, 8, 9 triple. Okay, this cell can't be 9. Yeah, because in block 9, 6, 8, and 9 can only go in these 3 cells, which makes these 2 cells, the other 2 open cells, a pair of 1 and 2. The other 2 open cells in row 7 are 4, 3, and 5. These 1s point up, this cell also sees 1, so in block 1, the digit 1 goes into this cell. In column 2, there are 3 open cells left, and the digits that go in the cells are 2, 3, and 5. Which makes these 3 cells also a triple of 4, 7, and 8. Oh wait. What am I doing? This cell sees 5, so it must be 2 or 3. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, the reason why I spot that mistake so quickly was because I was looking at row 1, and the digits that go into the open cells are 2, 3, 4, and 7. But when I wrote this mistakenly as 3 and 5, I was looking at this cell, and this cell sees 3, 4, 5, and 7, and that doesn't right. Yeah, that is not right. If it really was the way that went with my mistake, because this cell already sees 3, 4, 5, and 7, and how come 3, 4, 5, and 7 goes into this cell, but actually there's already a digit 5 in row 1, so that was a mistake. It should be 2, 3, 4, and 7 being the digits that go into the open cells in row 1. Yeah, instead of my mistake. Alright, so now this cell sees 3, 4, and 7, so this cell must be A2. Because this cell right here, it sees every other digit except for 2. It sees everything from 1 and 3 to 9. So it can't be anything else, must be A2. So I can place the 2 into this cell, makes this a 3, and these 2 cells for row 1 are for 4 and 7. Okay, all of these 3s force the digit 3 into this cell in block 3, which makes this cell a 6, points down, and actually resolves this triple. These 2 cells for this column are for 1 and 8, but this cell sees 1, so 8 and 1 go like that. These 3 cells form a 4, 7, 9 triple. This cell sees 9, and this cell also sees another 9. So in this triple, this cell is where the 9 goes, and now this cell sees 7. So actually, block 3 is done, so is row 1, and this pair is also resolved. I mean, this triple is also resolved. 2 and 5 are the digits that go into the remaining open cells in row 2. In column 8, 1, 2, and 8 are the digits that go into the open cells. This cell sees both 2 and 8, so this is forced to be a 1. That completes block 9. This is... Wait, no, sorry. It's not the 8 that's missing. Oh gosh, that would have been a big mistake if that turned out to not be the correct result. Okay, it should be 1, 2, and 7 being the digits that go into the open cells. So the markings should be like this. In row 4, 2, 5, 7, and 8 are the digits that go into the open cells. This cell sees 5 and 7, so it must be 2 or 8 only. 2, 5, 7, 8. 2, 5, 7, 8. Okay. Let's fill in column 9. 1, 2, 4, and 8 are the digits that go into the open cells. This cell sees 2 and 8, so it must be 1 or 4 only. This is 1, 2, 4, 8, I guess. Okay, in block 1, the digit 4 goes into one of these two cells, and the digit 9 goes into one of these two cells. I guess I can fill in 2 and 5. Okay, so I was just looking at column 2, and I found out that the cell. So first of all, what digits do the cell see? This cell sees 1, does not see sees 1, sees 2, 3, does not see 4, sees 5, 6, does not see 7, sees 8 and 9. And now, if you look at row 5, you can find a 1, 4, 7 triple. Because in row 5, 1, 4, in row 5, these 3 cells can only contain those 3 digits being 1, 4, and 7. Only these 3 digits can go into these 3 cells. So that eliminates all other 1s, 4s, and 7s from the same row, meaning that this cell cannot be 1. Otherwise, the triple is kind of broken. So that makes this a 6, this is a 1. This 6 also caused the 6 to go in this cell in block 4. 6s are done, actually. This one points right. Alright, in row 6, 2, 4, and 8 are the digits that go into the open cells. This cell sees 8, this cell sees 8. So there's just one available cell remaining for 8 in row 6, which is this cell. So the 8 goes here, makes this a 2, 7, 1, 2, 1, 4. And this is a 7 because of this triple. These 7s point down. So 7 goes here. Okay, now this cell sees 2 and 7. So this is a 5, making this an 8. This 5 points up makes this a 2, 5, 2. Yeah, this should be nearly done. These 2 cells for this row are for 3 and 9. These 2 cells for row 6 are for 2 and 4, but this cell sees 2. So 2 goes here, 4. And now it should be done. Okay, so I finished today's New York Times Hot Sudoku in about 14 minutes and 20 seconds. So I solved this puzzle really smoothly. To me, it was quite straightforward. Probably because I spot everything I needed quite quickly. So first of all, not really first of all, but I guess the key spots were first, the 3-5 pair in block 8, which after that formed a 2-8-9 triple in row 9 of block 8. And then after that, you can jump to row 1. In row 1, this cell turned out to be a single 2. And in row 5, yes, lastly in row 5, there was a 1-4-7 triple. So I think in my way of solving this puzzle, those were the key spots. Obviously, you're welcome if you have different styles of approaching this puzzle, but that's just my way of solving the puzzle and the relevant conclusion. So, yeah, I feel like, yeah, to me this puzzle is quite straightforward. Hopefully, you thought the same, and didn't struggle too much, even if you struggled a bit. Hopefully this video helps, and please do leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. I'll appreciate your support. Alright, I'll end this video here. Today is March 21st, 2024. I'll see you all in tomorrow's New York Times Hard Sudoku Solve. Bye!